Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk a little bit about this new sling bag I got, which is the Belroy 9-liter sling bag. So the first time I used it was on my trip to Disney. I picked it up right before I left, and during my time down there I've got some thoughts about this bag and I wanted to pass those along to you. The first thing we'll talk about is the strap. I'm 6'2" and about 250 pounds or so. And this strap is plenty long enough. Some of the other sling bags that I've had in the past, I felt like the strap wasn't long enough because after a while you kind of want to be able to adjust where it's sitting on your body just to kind of give you some relief. And if you have a shorter strap, that's not possible. This one is just about the right length. It could be just a little bit longer, but it's adequate enough to be able to adjust where you have it on, where you have the sling, how you're carrying the sling, just if you want a little extra relief. And I do like that about this bag. You sits about right there, you sling in the back, it's about right there. Bring it around front, it's about there, about level with your belly. But now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this bag. The first thing that kind of drew me to this particular bag is the looks of the bag, okay? Now I have two other ones that I've used in the past. This is the Peak Design, and this is a Wondered, okay? This is a more urban carry bag. Some would say it looks like a purse, a man purse when you're carrying it, but that's the kind of vibes I get off of this bag. It's a little bit too urban for me, okay? So I really don't like carrying this one just because it gives off that kind of vibe, you know what I'm saying? I found this to be the best out of all these with the space it provides and how it actually operates. I just don't like the look of it. The other one that I have here is the Wondered, and it's more of a backpacking, outdoorsy, wilderness type sling bag. But it's probably my least favorite of how it utilizes its space. But we'll kind of get back into some comparisons later on in the video. I don't want to spend all my time comparing these three. I would be here all day, but I will bring up some key points that's difference between these two bags and the Belroy. So I'll go over some of the key features and show you kind of how I had it packed while I was down in Disney. On the bottom here, you have a place to strap a tripod, and it just have this lash system where you kind of put something in there and then pull it tight. Yeah, you can put a tripod in there or something like that, but I have never had very good luck with these type of systems. Every time I put like a tripod in there or a water bottle in there, it always seems to slip out. It's good if you want to put like an extra article of clothing or something like that in there and pull it tight, sweatshirt, jacket, something like that. But for a tripod, I find it wiggles loose and eventually comes out, and a water bottle is a definite no-go. So to be honest with you, I just don't use these type of systems down here very often, but it does come with it, and it's down there in case you're needing something like that to carry a tripod or an extra article of clothing. In the front of the bag, right here in the front, there is a little thin pocket, and what I carry in here mostly is there's a little spot for ND filters. There's 2 spots for ND filters, so those are good. That's a good place for those. And then there's just a little bitty room down here. It's a pretty thin pocket, and I carry just like a linen cloth and toothpicks and things like that in there. You're gonna have to put something real flat in there for everything to be able to fit. It'll also fit your cell phone in there. It's a little snug, but it will fit. I had the big iPhone Max 15, whatever, but I can get it in there. It's a little snug, but I can get it in there. Now, I have seen some people online complain about this design because it makes a little pocket right there. If it starts raining or whatever, or snowing, water starts to pull up in this little crease. I didn't have that happen to me because I'm not out in the rain very often, but just be forewarned that that's a possibility. We come over to the side, and this is where I put my Falcam backpack clip on this. And I like having this on every kind of bag that I use. It's just so useful if you just want to put your camera away just for a second. And that's a good place for it on this mounting system, this hardware right here. You can just put it on there, put your camera on, then take it right back off, no problem at all. Now we get into the actual storage compartment of this bag. And this is kind of how I had it set up when I went down to Disney. So just to show you what all it can hold. It has a little top compartment up here that you can unzip. It's a good place for, basically I just put little batteries in there, but something like a fairly small, but that's just the optimal place to store extra batteries. Okay, in here I also kept my RX100 Mark VII. I have it tucked over here on the side between my main camera and the edge of the bag. My main camera, the A7CR with one lens. This happens to be the 24-70. It's kind of my go-to travel lens I'm learning. And then also my sunglasses case. I was able to slip that in there. Then also right in that little pocket as well, I have my Osmo Pocket 3. Stuff right in there. When you get into the inside of this bag, these dividers here are pretty neat and ones that I've never seen like this before. They don't Velcro in. They're actually attached inside the bag, so you're able to slide them around or move them around just a little bit and adjust them to meet your specific needs for whatever gear you're carrying. This one over here on this side does fold down like that, so if you want to like put something in there and then fold this down to protect it more or whatever the case may be, this divider over here allows for that. Kind of a different design for this particular bag as opposed to the other two is the zipper system. Most of these other ones, they let you unzip the bag and just gain access to all your equipment. But this one kind of opens weird because you unzip one side or the other and then it opens wider on one side than it does the other. If you have your main camera in here, you want to make sure you're zipping it that way so you have plenty of room to grab your camera. Not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. It makes perfect sense when you're using it. It's not that big of a hindrance, but just something to keep in mind because it's just a little bit different. Over here on the side, there's some elastic material, and you can definitely slip some stuff behind there if you want, little small items. I don't use that a lot because when I start using little hidden pockets like that, I tend to forget what I put in there and lose it. But it is there if you need it. So I found the storage capacity of this bag to be adequate. Maybe not as good as some of the other sling bags that I've used in the past, but I found it to be adequate use of the space given. Now we'll kind of talk about some of the omissions off of this bag that are found on the Peak Design and also the Wonder bag. And this is just kind of weird to me that they left these two things off. Like in the back of both the Peak Design and the Wonder, there's a flat little storage area where you can put it's good for little things like notepads and writing, stuff like little flat stuff. Maybe you can even put like a small iPad mini in there. There's not a flat storage area in the back of this bag, which is kind of strange. Now, consequently, I don't use this little flat area just a whole lot. But when I'm needing some extra room, it's always nice to have somewhere to store something that's flat. But the biggest thing that omission from the Belroy that it's on each of these other two bags is the handle. There's a handle on this one. I mean, it's a nice, solid, sturdy handle. The Wonder, it's just as big as, and it's even bigger handle than the Peak Design. I mean, you can go by and grab this, no problem. It's not going anywhere. It's like, both of these handles are super stout, super sturdy. Great handles. And sometimes, you're just going by, you just want to pick your stuff up. That's all you want to do. You get over to this one, there's no handle on it. There's no handle. You have to grab it by the top like this, or grab it by the side like this. And then it kind of swings forward like that. Well, when you grab it from the top like this, it might not seem too bad when there's no gear in it. But let's pack it back up. You pack this thing with a few pounds of gear, and it gets a little awkward to kind of pick it up just straight up like that. I mean, you have to like vice grip that sucker and then grab your handle. Or, like I say, grab it from the side, then it swings forward. I don't know why there's not a handle on this. It's just a strange design. And to be honest with you, I saw reviews on this bag before I purchased it, and they had mentioned that it didn't have a handle. And I was like, well, that's not that big a deal. But once I got it into use, It kind of sucks that it doesn't have one. I'm not going to lie to you. It would be nice to have a little handle. It just doesn't make sense to me why there's not one on here, basically. But that's the only two downsides I see of this whole bag. I mean, I love the look. I love the design. It holds just the right amount of gear. I wish it had a handle. So that's a quick look at the Belroy 9-liter sling. Great little sling bag. Just missing a few different features that would make it awesome. So if you're in the market for one, I'll leave some links down in the description if you're interested in taking a look at these on Amazon. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you want to. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.